roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high to bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
Good morning, Learn for Life, faculty, staff, students, and parents. We are really glad that you are able to join us here this morning. We are on our fourth day of College Week, and we are really excited. We have some great presentations for you today. Just to give you the overview of the College Access Program, if this is your first time joining us, this is an initiative that is lending a platform to a growing collaboration between Learn for Life schools and higher education institutions. We are focused on HBCUs and Hispanic serving institutions, as well as other minority serving institutions. But we believe that students who attend Learn for Life schools should have the best opportunities for post-secondary education. So together we seek to strengthen and promote college access. I'm sorry, I have a fan on, so I have hair everywhere. But we seek to strengthen and promote college access, readiness, enrollment, and persistent opportunities for school students who attend our Learn for Life schools. We also have a MOU with the historic 1890 Foundation, which are 19 land grant historic HBCUs. We are proud to have that partnership with 1890, as it will lend an opportunity to our students, not just for those 19 universities, but for additional HBCUs across the country. So I'm going to turn it over this morning to Miss Cheryl Moore, who is our hostess for College Week. Cheryl, how are you doing this morning? Um,
Doing great.
Okay, great. I wanted to say I'm so excited to see you this morning. You always bring the excitement to College Week, and we are happy about that. So let me turn it on over to you, and you kick it off for us.
Thank you, Michelle, our fearless leader. Listen, it's on and popping already early in the morning. Learn for Life students. What's good? What's happening? How you really doing? Listen, we are in the home stretch. Welcome to day 4 of our virtual college week. We've had an outstanding time with you all week, and we're going to continue to have a great time. We still have a couple of more colleges and universities lined up for you. We still have some informative conversations that you're going to be privy to, as well as another dynamic guest speaker. So you don't want to miss out on anything. Continue to stick with us today and then tomorrow. With that said, let's get ready to rock and to roll. We are excited to have with us this morning, sharing with us from Prairie View A&M University, home of the Panthers, all the way from Prairie View, Texas, Mr. Jonathan McKissick. Jonathan, how's it going?
Hey, what's up? What's up? Good
What?
morning, everyone.
Good morning to you. Listen, we can't wait to hear what you have to share concerning Prairie View. We are hyped. We are ready to get going. So what do you have for us, Jonathan?
Awesome. Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jonathan McKissick, and I serve as our program coordinator here at the Prairie View A&M University. So at this time, I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to learn a little bit more about Prairie View A&M University. Awesome. So as I mentioned, I'm Jonathan McKissick, and I have the pleasure of serving in our Welcome Center. So I get to see oversee all of our campus tours and all of our campus programming through the Office of Enrollment Management. So that includes the Office of Student Recruitment, admissions, financial aid, and the registrar's office. And so you all are in for a treat as well. And so I like to always start with a little bit of music. We were really happy at the beginning. And so I'd like to play a little bit of the Jill Scott and make sure everybody's sound is good. Get a sound check. So we are good to continue on. So everything I'm going to share with you today is available virtually. So if you do have your mobile device, so whether that's an iPhone, or if you like to use the little green guy known as Android, I am team iPhone all the way, but both of which work perfectly. And you can scan the QR code right here on the left-hand side for our freshman brochure. And if we do have any transfer students that are maybe thinking about going to a two-year institution or transfer from a JUCO, you can certainly scan the QR code as well. So all the information we'll cover today is contained in the QR code. The benefit of it is that you will always have the most current and relative information about Prairie View. So instead of asking for brochures, we just update our brochures electronically. You can also follow us on all of our social media handles at Twitter at PV_admissions or our Instagram account at PVAMU admissions. If you don't get a chance to scan it, you will have another opportunity at the conclusion of the presentation today. So what exactly is Prairie View A&M University? Well, let me tell you, we are one of the 19 land-grant institutions, and we are right in Texas. So we're right outside of Houston. So we are west of Houston, about 30-40 miles west of Houston, and we are in a rural environment with over 9,800 students currently enrolled. That's at the undergraduate and the graduate level as well. We opened up in 1876, so we've been doing academia for a very long time. That makes it the second oldest public institution of higher education in Texas. We are part of the A&M system. So, you know, the huge School of Texas A&M University, which they are in College Station, which is about 55 to an hour long drive more west. And so the Texas A&M system has 8 other partnering institutions, and we are the only HBCU that is a part of the Texas A&M University system. We have over 170 student organizations to choose from with a small class size of 18:1 student-teacher ratio. So all of our students, our professors know their names. We do take attendance as well too. And that's just really that family atmosphere. You're going to find that at a lot of HBCUs, but especially at Prairie View, we love to always call my students my nieces and my nephews, okay? And so we stay really, really close, or a very close-knit family here at Prairie View. Our current president is Dr. Ruth Simmons. She is a phenomenal woman. She's actually the first female president of our illustrious institution. And she was a former president at Brown University as well. And she was born and raised in the Houston area. And so we love to have Dr. Ruth Simmons here. And she is going on year number 4. So these are going to be our academic colleges and majors. We have 7 colleges in one school. That would be a School of Architecture. And I always like to highlight just a couple neat features of every college, because every college deserves a shout out. So we'll start with the College of Agriculture and Human Sciences. As you see, we have 3 majors within that college. One neat feature of the College of Ags, we actually have our own farm. So it's 798 acres of rolling hills, and we also have our greenhouses are going to be a part of our farm as well. And we do have a meat processing lab, so we do have our own meat market on campus. Next is going to be the Marvin D. and June Samuel Browsford's College of Arts and Sciences. And this is going to comprise of all of your pre-med tracks, so your pre-med, your pre-dentistry, pre-pharmacy as well. We also have a great department called the UMA, which we'll discuss here in just a second, where we keep that 90% or higher acceptance rate into medical school. And all those students come through the arts and sciences. Also, that's going to be where your band is, your music and theater, your psychology, your social work. So all of that is our largest college on our campus. Next is the College of Business, that is actually accredited internationally. And so not only does it have stateside accreditation, but it also has an international accreditation as well. We also have our own stock trading room, so our students can use our Bloomsburg computers, and they can actually buy and sell and trade stock right here on campus. Then we have the College of Nursing, which is our oldest college. It's 102 years old now. And it also has its own campus. So we have Prairie View, which is our main campus. But then our College of Nursing is actually located in downtown Houston in the medical center, which Houston's medical center is the largest in the country. And so that opens up a lot of great internship opportunities and a lot of hands-on learning. And it is its own campus. So that's its own bookstore, and also has its own parking lot. Also, that's where all the faculty and staff are located for our College of Nursing. Next, we have the Whitlow R. Green College of Education. So we offer K through 12 as well as kinesiology and health, all with the latest and greatest technology and Apple products within the College of Education, so that our students and our graduates are ready to produce our future students that'll be coming in to different colleges. Next, we have the Roy G. Perry College of Engineering. We actually graduate the most minority engineers in the state of Texas. It comprises of 5 buildings. We're actually building another building as well, which will be opening up next year. So we have chemical, civil, computer science, mechanical, electrical, and computer engineering. And then next, we'll go into our College of Juvenile Justice. We actually have our own courtroom on campus, so that's where students get their hands-on training and learn right there on campus. And last but certainly not least is the School of Architecture, which is our country known. It's very known for because we graduate the most minority undergraduate and graduate minority architects in the country. That's been for over 10 years. We also have our own fabrication center, where you can also we have our wood shop, 3D printing as well. And we also build tiny homes where we put them on a truck and we lift them up on our 10-ton crane and we ship them out for distribution. So we have plenty of majors that are offered here at Prairie View. So anything that you're interested in studying, be sure to ask additional questions. We do have an honors program that's available for all students of any major. And so this is for students looking for more of that vigorous coursework. Also incorporated to the honors program is going to be a bilingual opportunity. So we do teach Spanish, and we also teach Chinese as well too, as another language that you can add to yourself as you personally gain through your collegiate experience. You have to apply and be admitted to Prairie View before you can actually apply to the honors program. And their application is always coincides with our application as well, which we will cover here very shortly. As I mentioned earlier, the UMA, which is short for the Undergraduate Medical Academy, this is for students specifically focused on our pre-medical sciences. This is similar to the honors program, but it is only geared for biology, chemistry students, as well as kinesiology and health. And as I mentioned earlier, we do have a 90% acceptance rate into medical school, and we do have our own medical journal library on campus that our UMA students that have access to as well, which is why we have that very high percentage going into medical school. Next, we have our March and Storm Band. So as you're learning this week about different HBCUs, a marching band is a staple of HBCU culture. And here at Prairie View March and Storm Band, we have over 450 members in our band. So it's very phenomenal. And if you do play an instrument currently, the March and Storm is a great option to help facilitate additional scholarship funding. So if you are interested in the band, certainly look them up on YouTube if you want to see some video footage. You can also go to our website, and they also offer auditions, and also the auditions can be made virtually. So you don't have to physically have to come to Texas to audition for the March and Storm. You can do it right there from the living room of your home. And we'll go on to video next. that was just a little clip of our fraternity and sorority life on campus. But we also have over 170 student organizations. So from religious organizations to social action groups as well on campus. Also, you have your major organizations as well, and even the Marching Star Band has its own student organization on campus as well. This is a great segue into our student life. So we want you to get engaged, get involved, and find support. So we have over 15 different departments on our campus to ensure that you're successful as you matriculate from high school into your freshman year of college and continue on until you're walking across that stage. Just to kind of point out a couple, we have our parent and family programming where we encourage your loved ones, your brothers, your sisters, aunts, and uncles to be on that walk with you as you come to Prairie View. We also have rec sports, so we're trying to help our students not get that freshman 15 that everyone loves to joke about. And so we have a beautiful recreational facility. We can go swimming. We have rock wall. We have 3 basketball courts as well, suspended track, and we do have outdoor adventures department. We also have someone to speak with or career services to ensure that you do get that job and start your career. And last but certainly not least, I always love to point out our Johnson Phillips All-Faith Chapel. So we want you to continue your faith walk here on campus as well, because it's always good to continue that faith walk, and it's also non-denominational, so everyone is welcome to come to the chapel. So we do have athletics, so we are part of the Division I SWAC conference, which is the best conference for HBCUs. It's the most competitive. Not only do we play good, but we look good too, so we are sponsored by Adidas. And as you can see, we have 18 different athletic sports to choose from. So we have our women's listed on your left-hand side, as well as our men's athletics as well too. Given that we are Division I, there are opportunities for full ride and partial scholarships. And that'll be dependent on the coach's discretion as well. So definitely go to our website. It's pvpanthers.com. for more additional information in regards to athletics, or if you want to reach out to one of our coaches and also be able to send in any huddle tapes as well, or if you're on maxpreps.com, you can certainly send information directly to the athletic department. I do not recruit for athletics, so athletics has its own recruitment process, so you have to contact them directly. And here's going to be a video of our freshman house.
Living on campus is one of the best decisions you can make as a first-time in college freshman. From the friends you make, the events you attend, to the community feel you'll have living in the residence hall, you are certainly in for an experience. University College is home away from home for freshman students, and applying to live here is quite simple. You will want to visit us online at universitycollege-pv.com and fill out an application. Once your application and $150 security deposit is paid, call our office to make your payment of $650, which is your rental prepayment and secures your spot. We will then send you a lease agreement, and once this is signed, you are officially a resident of University College. We're happy to connect with you, so be sure to like and follow us on our social media using our handles at the PVUC.
Awesome. And so as you can tell, you're going to be living very comfortable on campus. And that is strictly for incoming freshmen. You have access to all those amenities, including the fitness center. Another fun fact, that movie theater that you've seen is actually the only movie theater in Prairie View, okay? But if you want to go to a local Cinemark, you just got to take a quick little 10-minute drive. You can actually go to the full-fledged movie theater. The housing process is also very, very simple as well. And so if we have any questions in regards to housing, I'll be able to address those for you as well. So now that you've seen what we have to offer at Prairie View, how do you apply to come to our illustrious institution? So we actually go through our state Texas Common Application, which is called applytexas.org. As you've been doing your HBCU research, you'll see some other of our HBCU partners are going through the Black College application. We are not a part of it, so we only go through applytexas.org. I always love to reiterate that information because that is the only place you will find our application. Then we'll need your high school transcript or a GED certificate, your test scores, your ACT or SAT. If you've talked to any students in the past, we were test optional for this cohort that just started in fall 2021. Next fall, 2022, we are not test optional. So you will need to submit your ACT or your SAT scores to Prairie View for consideration. Application fee is $40, but we do accept the SAT, ACT, or the NACAC fee waiver as well. And we love for everything to be submitted electronically. Now, the minimum criteria we're looking for is going to be a 2.8 minimum GPA based on a 4.0 scale, and that will be unweighted, okay? Total score for your SAT is an 800 or a 15 on the ACT. If you're in the top 25% of your graduating class, it is automatic admission into Prairie View, okay? So once again, 2.8 and a 15 on the ACT, or a 2.8 and an 800 on the SAT will be automatic admission into Prairie View, okay? Now, on average, our students typically come in with a 3.2 GPA, but once again, if you long as you have that 2.8, you'll be able to come right on into Prairie View. So these are going to be application deadline dates. We have two. We have a priority and a regular. Priority equals money, money equals priority, okay? So we want our students to apply and get admitted by that December 1st deadline date, because we're going to go ahead and get your FAFSA put together, as well as you'll start receiving emails in regards to your scholarship opportunities in January. So we want everyone to apply and be situated, enjoy that Christmas break and going into the new year. And then after you celebrate the new year, you check your email and you already have your information about your financial aid as well as scholarship opportunities. Now, let's say you're still on the fence. You're like, I don't know if I want to come to Prairie View. And let's say you apply in February. Well, you have until March 1st, which is the regular deadline date to apply for the fall semester, okay? There will be limited funding if you wait that long. So you want to make sure you make it by that priority deadline date. And also we have our spring and summer deadline days listed below as well. Next, you can check your status is available online. So as soon as you submit your application to Apply Texas is going to send you an email that says, hey, we got your application. We're going to send it to Prairie View. And then in about 48 hours, we're going to send you an email that says, hey, we got your application to Apply Texas. Here's the link to check your status. And you're going to create an account to log in to check your status. And even better, I'm going to show you exactly what it's going to look like. Okay, so this is the application status portal. So as soon as you create your account, you'll put your email and your password. And as soon as your test scores come in, as well as your high school transcript, we're going to upload that to the portal in live time. So this helps you not have to eliminate sending a bunch of emails or having to call the office. You can certainly go right into this portal to check your application status. As soon as you're admitted to Prairie View, we're already considering you one of our Panther Cubs. And so you guys are going to have access to our Panther tracks, which is what our current students log into, to also to register for classes, orientation, and so much more. And this is going to be our admissions contact information. Our admissions department is who does all of our processing of documents. So if you did submit your transcript and you hadn't heard anything in like 10 to 14 days, certainly give them a call or also send them an email to admissions@pvamu.edu. Okay, so I know that's a bunch of information, so we're going to take a little break and we're going to watch one more quick video and then we will get into financial aid.
Hey, are you ready? You ready? You ready?
You ready?
You ready? You ready?
It's a Julia! Let's go, Brenda!
You ready? You ready?
Awesome. So hope you all are ready to learn about financial aid. That video was sponsored by our athletics department. They did a phenomenal job. And so exactly what is financial aid? So these are going to be funds to help you attend our post-secondary educational expenses and definitely to attend Prairie View University. And so this is going to be the free application for federal student aid as well. And so this is going to award your grants, your work study, and your loans. Okay, so you want to go to www.fasfa.gov fast.ed.gov. Okay, you never want to go to another website that's making you pay to do your FAFSA. You're on the wrong website. It is super, super free. Okay, can't get no more freer. All right, so you definitely want to fill out that FAFSA very, very early. Okay, because it opens up October 1st. Okay, this is Prairie View school code, so 003630, and that's how you can find Prairie View to get your FAFSA submitted to us. Okay, once again, priority funding. So you want to meet that December 1st deadline date to apply so that we can get that FAFSA starting to get packaged for you for the upcoming fall semester. So these are going to be different types. So you have your scholarships and grants, which are free money, which everyone loves to obtain. The work study is going to be get an on-campus job. And of course, student loans, which is definitely a reality, is going to be borrowed money you have to pay back upon graduation as well. Okay, and we'll kind of go into each type that we have through Prairie View. So we do have all of our grants. So everyone is eligible for our federal grants based off of their equal family contribution. And then the state of Texas has state grants for our in-state students. But I know you all are coming from the West Coast, and so you can obtain residency in Texas after 12 months, okay? And then you'll be eligible for all of our state grants. And then institutional grants are available for in-state and out-of-state students. And so this will also help aid and help supply, help you paying for Prairie View as well for the fall semester. So, and once again, federal work study is just a part-time job on campus. We have a whole bunch of work study positions because it's just a little bit better. It works with your class schedule as opposed to you getting a job somewhere else like at Walmart or driving for Amazon because they won't work with your class schedule as opposed to on-campus job. We understand that you have to go to class. So you might work for an hour, go to class, and we're like, oh, you might as well go ahead and go get some lunch. And you can come back and work another 2 hours. So we're going to be a lot more flexible, and it is awarded through your financial aid. Then there's loans. I always like to emphasize on loans. You got your subsidized and your unsubsidized funding. You always want to take your subsidized loans first because the interest doesn't start until 6 months after graduation, as opposed to unsubsidized loans. The interest starts to kick in immediately. And as well, if you need additional funding, the Parent Plus loan is definitely a viable option for families. Then we have our merit scholarships, okay? So you really want to pay attention to this. This is free money. There's not a separate application process for our merit scholarships. We have an order of merit list. So as soon as you apply and you meet the following criteria, we automatically add you to our order of merit list. Our Regents is our full ride. So you also get a $600 book voucher that you can utilize as well. You get that every semester. This also includes an out-of-state fee waiver, okay? So the minimum GPA is a 3.5 GPA or a 1260 SAT or a 26 on the ACT or higher, okay? So you need the GPA and the test scores. They marry together, and then we'll be able to add it to our order of merit list. As you can see, the presidential scholarship is going to be a fixed dollar amount of $4,600 per semester. And so it's a 3.25 GPA, 1190 on the SAT, or a 24 on the ACT as well, okay? Presidential scholars are eligible to obtain additional scholarship funding as well as their financial aid. The Regents, you do not need any additional funding because everything will be covered, okay? And then we do have general departmental scholarships. So if you're a major in biology or you're major in animal science or a criminal justice major, those certain departments offer scholarships as well. And students can make an account. Once you have access to Panther Tracks, we have a little widget called Academic Works. That's just the full URL. But as soon as you go on there, there's one application. You just fill it out and it goes to all the scholarships as well. That could be anywhere between $500 to $2,000 as well per semester. We do also post our external scholarship opportunities. So we have a really great alumni database. And so they always post different scholarship opportunities. A lot of different companies, especially in the oil and gas, being right outside of Houston, they offer a bunch of scholarships. So we always will post them outside of here in our MSC, but we also have them available online as well too. We have one scholarship specifically that only awards to left-handed students. So there's like little scholarships like that, and there's a lot of money that goes unused every year. because students don't want to put the work in to apply for scholarships. So please, you always want to apply for at least 2 to 3. And what I like to tell my students is that you're eventually going to get your binder, right? And then out of those 30 or 40 scholarships you apply for, typically you will always be awarded between the 3 to 5 of the 40, okay? But you want to keep that binder because you can always reapply for those scholarships next year as well. So a little bit about cost of attendance. This is going to be our resident cost of attendance. So these are going to be residents of Texas. So just kind of give you an idea of what the cost will be after you opt in to residency after 12 months. We don't do it automatically. It's going to be up to the student to notify our Office of Admissions, say, hey, I've been here for 12 months. I've been living on campus. I want to change my residency status. And so we can be able to get that situated for you. So the first year for non-residents will be this cost here. So for on campus, you're going to be looking at just around $41,500. And what this is for the whole school year. So you would just cut these amounts in half for the semester, okay? The ones that have asterisks, so books, loan fees, transportation, miscellaneous, these amounts are not actually billed to the student. These are just factors or estimates that we believe that students will end up spending on those 4 categories. The only 2 that's going to be critical is tuition fees, room and board. Those will actually be billed to you as a student, okay? We also have our veteran services. So if you have any, if there are any families that are utilizing military benefits, such as like the Chapter 36, Hazelwood, you definitely want to get in contact with our VA office earlier than later, because it's a lot of federal paperwork, so it takes a long time to process. So we always like to definitely share that contact information as well. We went over our cost of attendance, and we do have our tuition fee rates available online. And then they also get to pick their tuition rate. So whether they want to do the guaranteed or the variable option, it just kind of changes on a yearly basis, but they guarantee locks you in a solid rate for 5 years. Okay, and this is our financial aid contact information. You can always meet with them virtually via QList. You can also give them a call at any time. And if you're ever in Texas, you can always run up to the MSC on the 3rd floor, and they will be glad to see you in person as well. Okay. And then next we'll go into another video.
Got it on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So that was just to show some of our state and national rankings. And so, as I mentioned earlier, if you didn't get a chance to scan the QR code, everything that we covered today is available electronically as well. This is my direct phone number, so 936-261-1083. You can always give me a call if you have any questions or if you need somebody to chat to. I love to just talk. You can always give me a call anytime. Remember to follow us on our social media handles. Once again, incoming freshmen, that QR code is right there on the left-hand side. It will ask for your contact information so we can invite you to any of our future events that we have on campus. And then after that, you hit the next page, and then all of our flyers will populate. And once again, you can save it in your browser and just refresh it from time to time because we always put new content there as well. So I want to say thank you for giving me your undivided attention. This has been awesome. So I'm going to stop sharing right now and turn it over to the Q&A.
Awesome, Mr. Jonathan. Listen, we knew you were going to bring it. We knew you were going to bring it. That was a wonderful presentation, and we certainly appreciate all of the outstanding information. I'm going to ask at this time if Ms. Michelle Harvey has any questions or comments.
Yes, Jonathan, I do have a comment. Learn for Life, in addition to our 80 plus learning centers here in the state of California, we have a center, a school in Flint, Michigan, Columbus, Ohio, Cleveland. A new center was just opened in Charleston, South Carolina, but I'm saving the best for last. We have a new school in Edgewood, Texas, and we were also approved to open a school in Austin. So we are very excited to have Texas partnerships for our students to have direct access to post-secondary opportunities. So we appreciate that presentation more than you know. And this morning, we're just going to give a big old shout out to Edgewood. We hope that you're doing well, Learn for Life students, teachers, faculty, staff, and leadership. So yeah, those are my comments. Thank you, Ms. Moore.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Lorena, do we have any questions in the queue from our students?
Yes, we will start off with a question about, here we go. If a student has a child, do you have any type of family housing?
Oh, great question. At this time, we do not. And the reason we do not is because for incoming freshmen, they're not required to stay on campus, but it's very, very highly recommended. And in the case that we do have a family that is starting school, then we have 12 local apartment complexes that are available for families and students, or any of our upperclassmen for that matter, to stay at.
Great, thank you. The next question is, do you offer study abroad programs?
Oh, excellent question. We do offer study abroad. We have contracts with 43 different countries. We offer study abroad. We have short-term programs, which will be anywhere between 5 to 7 days. Then we have summer study abroad, which is anywhere between 30 to 45 days. And then we also have semester and a full year study abroad programs. The semester and the full year programs, we do encourage our students to learn that language because it won't be guaranteed that their courses will be taught in English. And so that's also what's really good with our honors program, is because they have built a lot of those relationships as well for our study abroad. And then also on the opposite side, we do have a student exchange program. So we do have representation of students from 48 different countries. And so a lot of other students from different countries get to come to Prairie View as well. We have a couple of international MOU agreements with some international areas as well. Our large one is going to be Equatorial Guinea, where they usually bring between 45 to 60 students every year.
Right, so many opportunities, that's awesome. I have a question with housing. During winter breaks and time when school is not in session, are students allowed to stay in your school housing?
Yes, they are. They are allowed to stay. We don't force our students to move out between that winter break, which is the longest break. And then if they want to stay for the summer, they just have to show that they're going to be taking summer school. Any event they're not in summer school, they will be required to move out. And that's just to allow our house department to fully prepare the rooms for upcoming fall semester. Or we have Summer Bridge as well too, which Summer Bridge is going to be They get 6 hours of collegiate credit. They just move in earlier in the summertime, and then they are able to live on campus during summer breaks.
Perfect. Thank you so very much, Lorena. Do you have any
Yes.
other questions?
Yes,
Okay,
two more.
great.
Sorry, it wouldn't allow me to unmute myself.
Awesome.
Can you share what your average student ratio is?
Yes, average student ratio is going to be 18 to 1 in the classroom. During COVID, we went to a hybrid format, which is most of the classes were virtual, unless it was a lab or any other hands-on intricate classes that they needed to take. And that ratio at that time was going to be 8 to 1. But we're back at 100% capacity, so it's going to be the 18 to 1 student-teacher ratio.
Great, that is still low. And then our last question is, how long does the admissions process take once the application is submitted?
Great question. It's solely dependent on once we receive the high school transcript and test scores. At the time that we have the test scores and the transcript and the application and application fee or fee waiver, it takes anywhere between 7 to 10 days to render a decision.
Great, thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Lorena. Listen, Jonathan, we are excited about Prairie View. We are excited to be sending you some future Panthers. How about that? And we're excited about connecting our Texas campuses with your university. So we're going to be building a strong relationship with you, and we look forward to working with you in the very near future. How about that?
That sounds good. That sounds good. And the only thing I want to do before we close, I always let to teach the students our calling card, okay? So obviously my presenters can help me out if you want to come up, off of mute. So what's going to happen is I'm going to say PV, and you're gonna say you know. And you're just going to match my cadence, okay? So we'll do it 2 times, and let's get them riled up, okay? So in 3, 2, 1, I'm gonna say PV.
You know.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna hold it. So get your diaphragms ready, okay? All right. PV.
You
know.
Awesome. Good deal.
Awesome. Thank you so very much. We are excited about PVAMU, and we are excited about you Learn for Life students. If Michelle Harvey doesn't have any last words, we're going to close out for this session, but it ain't over. Listen, you want to be right back here at 1 o'clock. Remember, we told you that you would be privy to some dynamic conversations. Well, we have a great panel set up for you at 1 o'clock. We're going to be talking about some things that are relevant to you as students and the importance of post-secondary education. So we look forward to making those connections and connecting the dots for you in that way. And then as soon as we're done, we have a dynamic motivational speaker who's going to come on to encourage us, to inspire us, and to motivate us. So jump back on at 1 o'clock. And even right now, you can go over to the chat, click on the link. We have a breakout room for you where counselors are waiting for you to show up, to answer more questions, and to give you more information. So please take advantage of the breakout room. Listen, we're out of time for now. You got a little break, and we'll see you right back here at 1 o'clock. You know what? I want you to be on your watch. What do you mean by that? I mean, watch your thoughts. For your thoughts become your words. Watch your words, because your words will become your actions. Watch your actions, because your actions will become your habits. And watch your habits, because your habits will become your character. Watch character, for it is your character that will determine your destiny. We'll see you right back here at 1 o'clock. Peace to all of you.